Hello, everybody, and welcome back to USCC 4USCC2. This is the first match of our semifinals weekend. It's going to be Kinovia versus Kyao. I'm really excited to see this match play out. This is a match in loser's bracket. It is going to determine who gets to stay in this tournament and have a chance to make it to finals.
Yeah, and actually, hello, I'm Enzo. I'm your other commentator for this.
Yeah, and I'm Rosemine.
Yep. And a little known fact about this is that whoever wins has to fight someone the day after.
Yeah.
And
there's going to be.
Yeah, as you were saying.
Yeah, there's potential matches for both of these players, and I don't actually know when those scheduled, but you say they are tomorrow. So this is not the only match these players will have to play this weekend if they win.
Interesting start for both players, starting with Hidden Hard Rock on this warm-up. This is Kinovia's warm-up.
Cool, a convert.
And both warm-ups I've gotten are converts.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think some people will like the song for Kyao's warm-up.
I like this song to begin with. But for some background on these players, Kinovia seeded 2nd in this tournament, Kyao seeded 11th. But Kyao made it to where they are now through a loser's bracket run. They missed their first match of the tournament in round of 32, but then they have won all their matches since then, even beating out Rose, who was seeded 9th. Kinovia, on the other hand, seeded 2nd and had a strong run.
Yeah, what is it? I think he lost to Ambrew in quarterfinals.
Kinovia lost to Ambrew in quarterfinals. A bit of a surprising loss, but I think perhaps just due to under-practicing that pool. If Kinovia has put in enough practice in this pool, we could expect them to be a little favored as the higher seed. They are performing better on this warm-up, but this is their choice of warm-up, and it's probably something that they would be playing in their spare time anyway, the type of map.
Yeah, and I will say this, I was watching Kinovia practice the DT pool a bit, and he was struggling just a little bit, but he seemed to be doing a bit better than I expected.
Yeah, so in this match, it's Kyao coming from a loser's bracket run and Kinovia having just fallen into loser's bracket. But both of them with some pretty impressive performances throughout this tournament. I'll take a look at some of their previous performances so I can give some commentary on that in a moment.
One thing I do want to add is that by the looks of the brackets, Kinovia might be facing one of the other high seeding players in conditional matches if he wins this.
Yeah, same for Kyao. Another, what will determine the opponent of the winner of this match is the match between Yidi Boy and Bly. That is
Bly
versus Seed 20.
Yeah, Bly has been giving some very big upsets.
Definitely.
Yeah, I do want to say though, his match versus Dilly P earlier that got him into loser's bracket was still pretty wild, to say the least. It shows that he does have a fighting chance. But that will be the end of Kinovia's warm-up now.
Yes, moving on now to Kyao's warm-up.
Let me put that up, and then it is going to be Kaibusu by Yoasobi. One of the bangers from them.
Oh, interesting. This is, I believe, in particular, this difficulty has a lot of sliders.
It has really fast horizontal sliders towards the ending. So, yeah, and if you look at the star rating, you can see that it's like that. I remember this is like around... Actually, I think this is a standard star rating because on Catch it shows 6.72. But this map does not particularly... I wouldn't say it's easy at all, especially with the ending that's on here, because the amount of speed, or reaction time even, you need for the sliders. But here we are, we're going to be getting into the warm-up for Kyao. And honestly, I'm looking forward to see what these two players have to offer for this map.
Yeah, it's both players having picked convert warm-ups makes me think that they might be more willing to pick converts in the match itself, but we'll have to see what they choose to ban.
Both players going hidden. I remember seeing Kinovia just like saying, "Oh boy," about the set host being Ryusei Aika. However, this is Fairy's guess difficulty. So...
It is, but this is a unique map. So Kinovia is very wrong in that regard.
Yeah, right there. Those are hyper... That's a hyper walk, what? At least I think that was a hyper walk pattern.
I didn't quite catch it, but
like,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Kinovia moved really fast to one direction, so I was assuming it was a hyper walk first.
Yeah, the gap between the nodes would have had to have been about 1/8 or even 1/16 for that.
I think it's usually 1/16 in this BPM.
Yeah, it depends on the BPM, but I think you're right on that.
Yeah, and we're about to get into the difficulty spike, actually.
Very interesting patterns there.
Here comes the difficulty spike.
I will say that Kinovia does seem to be a hidden preference player. All of their plays on their profile are pretty much all done with hidden.
There's a difficulty spike.
Yeah. Kyao doesn't play hidden in their plays on their profile as much. If at all. I don't see any.
Alright, well, now it's time for our rolls.
Yeah.
Ooh, Kyao with a really strong 92.
I am interested to see what these players choose to ban. I think Kinovia is more comfortable on that hidden than Kyao. I think Kinovia performed pretty weakly on DT in last week's matches. But can you explain our mystery mod picks this week?
So, okay, so this is interesting. We have a 25-star for Mystery Mod 1. However, Mystery Mod 2, even though it says it's a 70-star on Wybin, it's not, because we have a sight read Nomad 2, or not Nomad 2, Mystery Mod 2.
Okay, well, our first mystery mod is Dodge the Beat. And so whoever gets the lowest score on that wins. It's a really well-made map, I believe custom for this tournament. And then, as you said, Mystery Mod 2, that is our sight read pick, which means neither player knows what map it is going to be. And I believe it pulls randomly from a pool of no-mod maps, including both specs and converts. So it is a bit of a risk to pick it, but if one of these players is confident in their sight reading ability, it would be interesting. We do see our first ban come out from Kinovia, No-Mod 1. Getting rid of that no-mod consistency. That's interesting because Kinovia is a bit of a higher-ranked, higher-seeded player than Kyao.
However, Kino is
actually not
really good. He's not really the best with no-mod, honestly. He said it himself.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. Kyao is a higher rank and it is very experienced on no mod. We do see Kyao ban Hard Rock 3. That makes a lot of sense, considering they aren't as much of a mod player as Kinovia. Kinovia having gotten first place in qualifiers on Hard Rock 1 and third place on Hard Rock 2, while Kyao only got around 10th and or got around 15th and 17th. So definitely not as confident on that Hard Rock.
Exactly. Now we're on to our second ban wave.
Yes, we do.
No. Okay, you can go ahead. Or was there anything you wanted to add in particular?
This is our first round with multiple bans.
Oh yeah, that is true. Now that we're in semifinals, but Kino,
I
banning
don't
another
believe
no-mod.
Kino can do that. I don't think double bans are allowed.
Oh no, no, double. All right, just clarifying that with the players. All right.
That is a little unfortunate for Kinovia, giving away that they don't like No Mod 3 too much, but it sounds like Kyao would have also banned a second Hard Rock from how they are speaking right now. So we are going to see, yes, as I expected.
All right, so it's good that we clarified that with them. So now they're gonna need to think a little bit out the box for what they want to ban. Alright, let's see what Kinovia's second ban will be. Hidden 4. Interesting ban, I'd say. DT3 ban. Interesting. Interesting not seeing the mystery mods get banned.
Yeah, both players leaving that open. I don't know if they will choose to pick them, however. I am really hoping to see them, especially the sight read.
Mystery mod 1!
Immediately we see our Dodge the Beat map being picked.
We do have Hidden as a mod choice for this.
PVMs?
I don't know about Hard Rock, but I'm not certain about that. Kinovia is seeing that he likes this probably. A little bit of a fun fact with this pick is that with Dodge the Beat, the lower score will be the one winning. At least that's what I'm assuming is going on in this. Alright, we're going to be getting started very soon.
Alright, so some things to look out for in this map is there is two spinners, one about 3/4 of the way through and one near the end. Those are going to matter a lot because those bananas give a lot more score than any individual fruit in the map.
Yeah, exactly, because...
So they really need to dodge those as best they can. But they are generally easier to dodge than the notes in some of the harder sections.
That is
so this
true.
Is going, yes. This is going to be lowest score wins, not accuracy. We do see an immediate fruit pickup and multiple more from Kinovia. Kyao did grab a few droplets there, enough to get more score than Kinovia. So Kinovia actually now in the lead after that.
Yeah. It's very fun seeing how these players play this map, honestly. because this map doesn't have much room for error, I'd say.
Yeah, it's definitely not the hardest dodge the beat map, but I think if these players didn't properly practice it, they might find themselves getting a lot of additional pickups that they would rather avoid.
Yeah, and I'd say the ending is probably the tightest part for the entire map. And at some point in this map, there will be arrows written out for telling the players where to go to avoid getting a lot of unwanted pickups. Players both seem like they caught... Oh! Kyao being back in the lead.
Yeah, just by a few points. So that's... And
Ooh, I don't
by a
think
bit more now.
wanted to get that at all.
I don't think these players want to catch any of these notes. So here's an interesting part. We have arrows signifying which side of the map to go on because of that. A big wall of notes. So you do have to listen to the arrows, even though it might be tempting to dodge them.
Yeah. Ooh, Kinovia picking up notes right there.
Yeah, we see a lot of just spare pickups from Kinovia compared to Kyao. But
Yeah.
I think what we really need to look out for is the spinners, because if these players aren't ready to dodge all those bananas, it will really affect, even if they pick up just one. Because I think one banana is about 200 to 300 points, which is as
It's
much as
200 points.
what? 200 points? Got it.
Ooh, Kinovia probably picking up a lot of unwanted
Yeah.
points.
It's a bunch of droplets right there. Now over a banana in the
Wow.
behind.
Kyao is seeming really confident on this map, that's for sure. We're gonna be approaching the spinner right here.
All right. So far dodging. Definitely not the most complicated thing to dodge, but any mistake is going to be very costly.
Yeah, I'd say especially the ending spinner is a lot more difficult to dodge. Both players
All right,
getting 0
perfectly
bananas
played
on
from
that.
both. Yes.
Oh, both players going for the middle on this one.
I don't know if I realized that you have the option to go on the outside. I don't know if it's even different. They seem quite similarly mapped.
Here's the tightest part of the map.
Yeah, both players doing it perfectly so far. This section's very tough. You have to squeeze through those little gaps. But wow, almost no mistakes. A few pickups from Kinovia, and so far Kyao's still in the lead.
Yeah,
So a
approaching
humongous,
the end.
a big lead in favor of Kyao. A few more pickups there. Just has to dodge that spinner. I believe there might be one more spinner in
There's
fact.
one more spinner, but it's a lot more clumped.
Mm-hmm. One pickup from Kyao, but that isn't enough to swing it over. And by 77 points, Kyao takes our first point.
That is very interesting to say the least. Kyao thinking he didn't win that, but indeed
Yes.
he did.
77 points in favor of Kyao.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing the other seeds hit this.
Yeah, it's a very
definitely one of the more unique maps in the pool. Hard Rock 4 for Kinovia.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm a huge fan of this map. It's a older map, I believe approved in about 2012. Cola Kid, many years later now, having become a featured artist.
Oh, he's from that long ago? That's very interesting, actually.
Yeah. I believe Cola Kid was probably became a featured artist around 5 years ago or something. But this map from about 12 years ago.
This song does not feel like it's 12 years old, honestly.
It doesn't. Cola Kid, a very talented, bit crush chiptune producer for all that time. But this map in particular is really interesting and fun. It's very difficult too. but it has a lot of bursts, a lot of precise wiggles and stuff. Requires just a really good understanding of how to play Hard Rock. We see Kinovia on that preference hidden, as expected. And so an early miss from Kyao. Another early miss from Kyao. But they have not reached a high combo yet, so it is not as impactful as it could be.
Oh, this map has some cool custom hit sounds as well. Ooh, both players trading a miss there.
Kinovia with about a
Kinovia.
55,000 lead.
Ooh, kyao getting another miss there.
Yeah, Kinovia on higher accuracy. Clearly a little more comfortable on this Hard Rock. It does make sense since Kyao banned a Hard Rock and intended to ban a second if they were allowed.
Yeah, indeed.
But their performance is not bad at all. Kinovia does have a better combo right now. And that score gap nearing 100,000. That's really impactful, but they do trade a miss there.
Onto one of the harder parts of the map, that's for sure. Kinovia is seeming really comfortable playing these, with kyao still missing every so often. Man, I'm still so used to the dodge the beat setting.
Yes, but here the highest score does win, as you would normally expect. Kinovia did just break there, but after a pretty significant combo, does have a humongous lead. I would perhaps say it's impossible for Kyao to come
What they
back.
did there. Kinovia wiggling while kyao stood still.
Yeah, that is something that you do get to decide on when you play this map and other maps like it, is you have a lot of patterns which are either wiggleable or placementable. So it depends which you are more comfortable with.
But yeah, there's no way for kyao to come back anymore. Giving Hard Rock 4 to Kino.
Yeah, with a very impressive score, breaking 840,000 there. That is going to be this match 1-1 so far, both players winning their picks.
Yeah, I wonder how long it'll be before we get a breakpoint. But honestly, I'm interested to see what kyao picks next. I'm gonna guess for a no mod. Oh, we're getting our Mystery Mod 2 pick. I wonder what Mystery Mod 2 is, though, since we have a placeholder for it right now.
All right, this is really exciting. This is our first sight read pick of the weekend.
I have to pull up the rest sheet for this since it's on there.
All right.
Alright. That's it. Okay, let me just get a quick update on this so I can... Alright. Here's going to be our Mr. Mod 2.
All right. It is. Ooh, I love this song. I love Liz Triangle. This is a convert Liz Triangle Immortal Philosophy, a Toho arrangement mapped by Joanzan, also previously known as Evil Elvis. I played this map in Standard, but not Catch. This is
I have yet to see this map, actually.
Yeah, this map, if I can imagine how it would convert, it would be interesting, because in Standard, it does have some uncomfortable aim. But I think that would just transition to, like, a bit of a simpler jump maps with burst. I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. For a convert, at least.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yes, this map, 4.3 stars in Catch. Both players doing well so far on it. A bit difficult to commentate since I don't know what this map has in store for our players, but I do know that the first kyao is upcoming after this little build-up here. So I have listened to this song before.
Yeah, I know nothing about this map, as a matter of fact, so I can't really do much to say about it.
Yeah, the most we can do is tell you that these players are very even so far on this slow part at the beginning, but I have, from playing this map in Standard, I do know the spacing increases a lot throughout the duration of the map, so I will say that these early combos matter a lot, because it is the part where it's easiest to gain combo.
Ooh, Kinovia!
Yes, kyao misses. Kinovia holds combo just a little longer there.
Yeah.
Does end up breaking a little bit later, but now has about a 6,000 score lead. Is not enormous, but meaningful.
Honestly, it is interesting seeing how these players pair up against sight reading, since this is a pretty big skill sometimes. So there's definitely some sight reader players who would have loved to have this available.
Yes. Now that this map has been selected from our sight read pool, I believe it will no longer be an option.
That is correct.
Which means that I don't know. Every player will always get something that they have not seen before. Both players trading a miss there. The score lead very close, 1,400 in favor of Kinovia. It could flip very easily like that. Kinovia missing, kyao hitting that whole section while Kinovia getting multiple misses means that kyao is now in the lead by a lot, in fact. 15,000 points and growing.
Man, it's unfortunate.
Traded misses.
This map has been quite close for both players. That was a pretty little standstill right there for both players. A little bit of a break section for these players, I'd say.
Yeah, slow section, but now going into the last hard part. Kyao is the first to miss, but Kinovia trades it right after, losing their chance to pull back that score deficit.
Yeah, that's
It is not over. The score lead only 12,000, and with that miss from Kyao, Kinovia has a real chance to pull it back. As long as they don't drop another miss. Both players hitting those very wide sliders. Kyao with another miss, meaning that the score lead is going to go back to Kinovia with only around a 16th of this map remaining. Now the score lead 12,000 in favor of Kinovia with that large combo during that difficult section.
Yeah, I don't think it'll... There's like very
Now with
little
another
hope
miss.
for Kyao left.
The score could flip as quickly as it switched back to Kinovia, but that would require Kyao to completely outperform Kinovia on this section and Kinovia to make a number of mistakes, but there is not much more difficulty left in this map, it seems.
What an unfortunate...
And that is going to be this point being a break point and going to Kinovia. Both players with really impressive scores for a sight read.
Alright, so that means the next pick is for Kyao.
No, it is for Kinovia.
Oh, Kinovia, not Kyao. Kyao was
Luckily, you have your ref sheet doing the work for you.
Yeah.
But yes, that was a break point. Kyao has picked both of the mystery mods, which I appreciate because I wanted to see those. But now it is up to Kinovia to pick something that will favor them. They do go for another hard rock.
Hard rock what? One of the specifics. Oh, we're getting slingshot.
Yes. This
Even though this isn't the diff that's on... Okay, so a little fun fact about this map. Even though the difficulty that is being talked about with what I want to say here, not being here, the overdose difficulty is actually much harder with easy compared to without.
Yes, interesting. That does happen a lot with some cache maps, with easy creating edge dashes where there were none to begin with. This song, really good. I like it. Good Kid, a featured artist I only realized recently. I've heard them in my real life because my sister is a big fan. And so it was quite surprising when I found out that they were a featured artist, which was just yesterday. But
oh, wow.
When I found out. They've been a featured artist since 2022.
Oh, wow. That's actually way longer than I thought.
Yeah, I would have expected it to be a little more recent, but they've been a featured artist for quite a while.
That is for sure.
But when it comes to this map, it is a very straightforward hard rock one, meaning it's going to just have, just test your hard rock ability with some jumps. It's not going to have much memory. It's definitely very playable, I'd say. But it does require hard rock ability since it is going to be at that AR10, like all hard rock maps. Again, Kinovia going for that preference hidden. This map does have a lot of patterns like that, where there's some very large jumps, which, while not being too much more difficult to play, can take a lot of reading ability, and both players trading a miss there on that pattern right there. So we do see Kyao in the lead here with Kinovia taking a few extra misses. Kyao does miss there, now losing their combo advantage, and the score lead now going back towards Kinovia. Slowly, but surely. And with additional miss there from Kyao, it goes back. Unfortunate for Kyao because it is definitely something that would drastically improve their chances in this match if they were able to take a break point here. But now, on this slow section, Kinovia breaking that 200 combo mark, now at the maximum possible score per note. Kyao getting combo. If Kinovia misses, that will be very good for Kyao, but this section not the most difficult. Now Kyao at that 200 combo mark. The score lead now locked at 28,680 points for Kinovia. But it's really going to come down to who misses, because we're only halfway through the map, and Kyao is the first to miss. I do not expect Kinovia to FC the rest of this map, and there is a miss from Kinovia, but with a 40,000 score lead, they are starkly in position to take this point. The score lead now down to 34,000 because Kyao has slightly more combo. Kyao performing very, very well on this, but Kinovia just slightly better so far. But now in this last Kyai, Kinovia is the first to break. Kyao, however, sadly breaking right after, unable to hold on to their combo past that 200 mark. And it's really unlikely to see this score lead flip from this point onwards. Slightly more combo for Kyao. The score lead only 12,000. But Kyao misses right at the end, and that is going to seal this point. Kinovia taking their own pick here. Kyao, really quite close to taking that point. Should definitely be proud of their performance. But Kyao now picking Hidden 2, which is our slightly low AR spec Hidden. We do need our ref to focus on refing because they are getting stuck on calming. So this map, MTU's Quo Vadis, is low 4 stars, but it's AR 8.7. On Hidden, that is going to be pretty difficult if these players are not comfortable on it. However, I do believe Kinovia, always with that preference Hidden, and Hidden on almost all of their plays on their profile, is going to be quite comfortable on this. But Kyao, the one to pick this, probably has practiced it quite a lot. This, a very interesting map. It has a lot of sections which are just walkable. And I'd say the skill to perform well on this map really is just whoever is most comfortable with just like timing their dashes, being ready to read these patterns, because that's what it really comes down to on this map. The mechanics are not too difficult, but the reading is. We do see Kyao at an early disadvantage here. It does seem like this pick maybe not the strongest one for them, since Kinovia, a very proficient Hidden player. Kyao was, I believe, ban a Hidden, but we do see a miss there come out from Kinovia, traded by Kyao. So now the combo's pretty close to even. Kyao with lower accuracy and about a 54,000 score deficit, but definitely in position to pull that back if they perform well on the rest of this map. They do miss on that section there, however, slightly misreading the timing of where and when to dash. Kinovia clearly more comfortable on this Hidden. May just take this as a break point because they're past that 200 combo, their score lead advancing ever further, approaching 100,000, especially with that additional miss there from Kyao. Kinovia performing so well on this map. It is not an easy one. We do see a lot of just misses coming out of nowhere for Kyao. This slow section here, pretty much entirely walkable. A few hypers here and there. Kinovia still hitting everything. Kyao missing on this stream section multiple times at that. The score lead breaking 190,000, hitting 200,000 in just a moment. I think there's almost no way for Kyao to bring this back. However unfortunate that might be. Kinovia with an incredible 590 combo, breaking 600 right here. Just so good at this hidden pick here. Much better than last week when our hidden 2 gay bar was played, not by Kinovia, but by all the other players. The highest score was only 850,000, and this week, our highest score on our hidden 2s in just the first match, 957,000. Incredible performance from Kinovia. The difference between the hidden 2 this week and last week, though, is the last week was an AR8 hidden map, and this is 8.7, which is a little more readable. Kinovia expressing some surprise with their own score there. The 735 combo, perhaps just exceeding all of their practice and expectations. I'd be surprised if we see that score beaten all week. At all this week. Sorry. VVNs do not make the finals hidden pool harder. This pool is hard enough. Especially with Kinovia being the one to... No, we don't have the bands weren't marked. Were they marked right? I don't know. It seems like Kinovia might have banned our hidden for being uncomfortable with that. Got it. Players forgetting the bands. The bands were Hard Rock 2 and Hard Rock 3, both banned, both by different... Or Hard Rock 2 was not banned, it was just Hard Rock 3, banned by Kyao in the Hard Rock pool. Hard Rock 2 was probably a map that Kyao wanted to ban, but unfortunately for them, no double bans are allowed. And so Kinovia picking their third Hard Rock of the match, hoping to take another point here, bring it to their match point. This week we are now on best of 11s instead of best of 9s. Actually, that might have been the same as last week. I've forgotten. As the players are saying, this map very difficult. Despite being a platter and the star rating being just barely over 4 stars with Hard Rock, it is very... it leans into the difficult parts of Hard Rock, like big, unpredictable spacings that are difficult to read, patterns which have like deceiving spacing, more like where the timing is actually quite strict. Kinovia with the first miss is on that preference hidden as before. Now Kyao in the lead, does miss though, however. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of misses come out from both players in this map, because this map, what it has is just a lot of sudden difficulty spikes that aren't really synchronized with the music. Stuff like that where Kyao missed a really spaced pattern coming out of nowhere. Kinovia does miss right after, however. Now kyao with a slight combo advantage, hoping to bring that score lead back to neutral. And with that miss from Kinovia, it does go to neutral for just a moment before kyao misses. And now with basically tied combos, now exactly tied after that traded miss, we see a pretty tied score going into halfway through this map. Kyao slightly in the lead. This is definitely a point that they could take from Kinovia as a break point. So this is one of their best chances yet. However, there is still half the map left, and it just gets more difficult with some really deceiving patterns coming up. Kinovia with a really big, important miss there. That losing that combo there, and with kyao performing well, does miss before reaching 200 combo, but was able to hold combo longer than Kinovia, so now has about a 25,000 score lead. Is a little lower on the combo, but both players hitting this section here. Now building up combos. Both players seeing the score, seeing kyao 20,000 in the lead. Perhaps the nerves will hit both players, but especially kyao, and kyao does miss on a very slow pattern there, but Kinovia misses on that secret spaced pattern in the middle of this slow section. So now, very even, the score lead goes back to Kinovia because of their slightly better combo right here. It is very little left in the map, and with that additional miss there from kyao, it's going to be very hard for kyao to bring this back. Not impossible, but there's so little left that kyao needs Kinovia to break. And Kinovia refuses to do so. And now at a 35,000 score lead, it's gonna be almost impossible for kyao to bring this back. And with Kinovia refusing the miss, this point is going to be Kinovia now on match point. We do see kyao picking DT1. If we take a look at last week's performances, kyao outperformed Kinovia on both DT1 and DT3. Kinovia did not play on DT2 last week, probably banning it. So I am surprised to have not seen a DT pick before this in this match, since kyao got first place on DT1 last week and did a pretty strong score on DT3 as well. Kyao hoping they haven't cursed themselves by saying this is their best map in the pool. That does not surprise me. They performed best out of anybody on last week's DT1, and this DT1 could be even more within their preferred skill range, since it's the last week's DT1 was a little below what the average player remaining in this tournament would be playing in their spare time, but this is a little closer to what that actually is, while still being a little easier. Absolute jammer. We see even performances so far. Kyao dropping a droplet, not going to be very impactful. Going into the first Kiai. I forgot to mention, but Kinovia is on that preference hidden, like usual. And is the first to miss. Kyao with an impressive combo here, breaking 350. Going into the slower section here now, expanding their score lead by a lot. does miss, but it is traded by Kinovia. So that is not too damaging for kyao. We do see an extra miss there from kyao. Now that does give Kinovia a little bit of space to build score back, but they do end up missing. kyao now at a 75,000 score lead, 3/4 through the map. That is going to be very hard for Kinovia to bring back. It's looking like this is not going to be the last map of this match. kyao seeming much more confident on this with 99.7 accuracy versus Kinovia's 97.5. And there it is, kyao with 954,000 points, taking their second point of this match. And now Kinovia to pick on match point. All Hard Rocks exhausted, but they did outperform kyao by a lot on Hidden 2. So I would not be surprised to see Hidden 1 or Hidden 3. Hidden 4 was banned. There are also no mods open, 2, 3, and 4. We haven't seen a no mod picked yet this match. We did see Sight Read, which is a no mod, but it's not one of the ones that is stuck in place. There are 2 DTs left, but I do not believe Kinovia will pick them. Kinovia does pick Hidden 3. A map that I do believe is favored for them a lot. Very difficult, perhaps even harder than our no-mod convert, even without adding Hidden. But I think Hidden suits this map very well because it has a lot of timing that you need to be able to read, and perhaps that is what makes it difficult. Alright, we do see traded misses there. This is a very difficult map, so I don't expect to see many enormous combos. kyao breaking on that section there, slightly misreading the timing. Kinovia breaking 200 combo, now expanding their score lead. Both players hitting that section with the hypers back and forth. kyao has missed there, while Kinovia holding on to combo. Over 400 combo here. Does end up breaking there. But is at a 60,000 score lead. It is a lead that is decreasing though because kyao has higher combo until that break right there. But with that traded miss, the score lead now stuck in place at about 70,000. kyao does miss before Kinovia, however. So that score lead expanding once again. the score lead approaching 100,000, going to be almost impossible to come back from, assuming these players will continue to perform at a similar level for the rest of this map. The players seeing that score difference at this point, at this juncture, seeing Kinovia very far in the lead with not much left. Kinovia, all they have to do to take this point now is perform as well as kyao. They do trade misses there, but with 120,000 score deficit, it's, I would say, just about impossible for kyao to bring back, because Kinovia will continue to be gaining score for the rest of this map, and that is going to be this match going in favor of Kinovia, advancing in our losers bracket to have another match this weekend for a spot in our quarterfinals. Kyao being eliminated, but very, very well played from Kyao. Did very well in this match and all of their previous matches. Good luck to Kinovia in their next match, but that is going to be it for right now. We have another match coming up in 4 minutes, so do not leave us just yet. I believe the stream will restart, however. That match will be Yaidi versus Bly. I believe Bly in chat right now. Get ready. And we will be back really shortly with that match. See you then.